Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jake, aka Tag, and today we're back at it again with the surprise log bait graveyard deck. You got the Princess, the Rascals, and the Skeletons from the graveyard for all this log bait. You have triple spells, so if you're playing against a log bait deck or a Magic Archer deck, you're going to be able to slaughter it because the Barbarial's got you covered. Let's go jump straight into some games and let's try to assert some dominance, and no one's going to know what we're playing. They're all going to think we're having like a log bait deck or a mortar bait deck, and then they're going to see the graveyard freeze and they're going to get caught off guard. I can't wait for it. All right, so we got a game against down. We're going to see what's up. We're going to sauce out a good luck. And we're going to end up dropping a Barbarial. What are you doing down? So he's going to end up having a bait deck. That's pretty cool since we end up having a lot of spells, man. Got a myriad of spells, and we are not going to have any shortage of them anytime soon, my man. You might go Princess at the river. I'm just going to go for Rascals in the back, and I'll go for Princess on your Princess if you drop it. Ah, it's Sparky. All right, dude. You know what time it is, boys. You know what time it is today. It's graveyard time, so then we don't lose our Rascals. It's 100% worth it. Skeleton spawn, and then we end up freezing everything. Oh, baby. We froze the Executioner. We froze the tower. And we end up freezing the Sparky. That is going to be some critical damage. And that is a power play if I've ever seen one. Down is going down. We're getting so much value. And I can even end up going for a Barbarial on offense right now to get even more chip damage. It's going to be 2 Barbarian swings on his tower if he doesn't respond. And that's a lot more damage. Let's go, man. Let's go in for a Princess in the back. And we'll see what down wants to do now. It's going to end up going for another Sparky. Because we could just go in for a graveyard again on him. We have Skeletons to cycle as well. It's pretty awesome. Let's go for Rascals. We're going to sack the Princess, I guess. And we're going to freeze this on defense. I don't want to go for a graveyard on defense. I think that's a stupid play. A lot of people do that against graveyard, but I don't really like that. We're just going to Barbarial here. We're going to be fine. We're not going to take any damage. Thick Boy is going to be able to kill the Sparky without any value for him. And Girl Rascal doesn't get hit on the left-hand side, unfortunately. It never does, unless it's supported by Thick Boy. But at least we're in the lead still. And if we get the double elixir, I don't think he can break through us. Yeah, we can just go for an Inferno Tower here. We don't have Fishermen, so there's no way that we're going to pull that to our tower. It's just going to chill there for a while. And then Giant Skeleton is just going to die if I snowball. It's not going to hit my tower in time, I don't think. Maybe it did. Okay, I messed up. It did hit my tower. It's okay. We still have a lot of damage to work with still. Sparky is going to end up hitting the Thick Boy as well. Alright. I have to go for this a little bit further back. So I made a slight few misplays. Ooh, Princess is going to get pulled away as well. Really well played on this man's end. Alright. I totally wasn't expecting this deck, and I made a slight slip up, but we'll be able to bounce back. 26 seconds remaining. He doesn't end up having Minion Horde back in cycle, so we're going to end up going for a graveyard. And that should be able to take the tower. If he drops Executioner, we just freeze it, and then it dies. Oh, he's going to give us value with a snowball, so let's snag that as well. GG, well played and peace out. There's no way that you can stop that in time. The Skeletons are going to be swarming your tower and have a delectable feast. GG, well played and peace out, Girl Scout. Pleasure playing against you down, but we had to take down. And that was a really fun game. Despite that Sparky getting one hit on my tower, we were able to bounce back with a vengeance and come away with a very quick and fast W. GG, well played, and peace out, Girl Scout. Let's move on to the next one. Let's go for Princess in the back here. And Ice Strong is going to end up going in for a Balloon plus Miner. So we have to go for the Inferno Tower to shut down his Balloon. So usually when you end up seeing freeze from our deck, you're assuming that we're also going to end up having a Balloon deck. But we're not having Balloon Brother. We're going to be able to shut down your Balloon with no tower damage from the actual connection. You will get death damage, but that's not too bad for me. Not too shabby. And our Princess will demand a response here as well. So it's going to end up going for Spear Goblins. I wish I had dropped something a little bit earlier. Would have been able to keep that alive, but unfortunately the Spear Goblins kill it a little bit too quickly. We do get 2 Barbarian help hits for our trouble. And we can end up going for Rascals here, and then we end up having to go in for a Princess and Snowball to finish off those minions. It's really the only thing that we could do. So he's going to end up having Balloon, Fire Spirits, Miner with Valkyrie and minions. Pretty interesting deck. I haven't seen anything like this in a long, long time. Valkyrie should end up dying though, which is really good for me. Minions should be out of cycle, so I want to end up going for a Graveyard and Barbarial here. Maybe we can get some damage. He's going to end up dropping a Wizard now. Alright, cool. Awesome stuff. We're going to get a lot of damage now because his minions are out of cycle. He dropped them pretty aggressively when we had Princess, so I knew that he wasn't going to be able to get back to them. And we took advantage of that fully, just destroying his tower. Absolutely dilapidated. I assume he's probably going to end up going in for a Balloon here, right? If he doesn't, we can just get away with Rascals and we can drop them off to the side, so then the Wizard's not able to hit them all. So if I dropped it right on top, the Wizard could hit them all, but it does not hit them, so we're doing really, really well now. We end up keeping one of the Rascals alive, have some Skeletons and tanks, so he has to drop a Zap now. And he ends up not having Miner in cycle because he already dropped it, right? He's going to end up going for a solo Balloon soon, I would assume, right? He's going to end up having Spear Goblins as well. He's going to end up having Minions. Let's go in for a Graveyard, and we could freeze the Minions, and they would end up dying. Oh, he's going to go Balloon now in the Valkyrie. I don't really think that's a good play on his end. We can just go in for an Inferno Tower to kill the Balloon, and then we should be able to get enough damage on the left-hand side that we shouldn't have to worry about it anymore. So we're just going to go Barb Barrel on top of the Spear Goblins. They're going to die. Let's go in for a Princess here. And heck, we could even freeze that so that it doesn't end up killing the Inferno Tower, even if he zaps, which he definitely was going to, because he's desperate. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and he went in for the most desperate sap I've ever seen in 2019. Let's go in for Rascals here, and then we can even go in for Inferno Tower. If it's ever looking like it's going to bypass, we can always snowball it, which it doesn't. Sometimes the balloon gets pushed by another air unit or something. It's pretty frustrating, but that was not the case here. I don't think I have to even go for a freeze. I'm not going to exert extra elixir that I don't need to drop. Maybe we can 3-crown him, guys. Can we do it? This is what you want to do. If you want to 3-crown, you go in for this graveyard placement, by the way. Because it's concentrating the maximum amount of skeletons around the King Tower, removing surface area, so there's no place for them to spawn but on top of the King Tower. GG, well played, and peace out, Girl Scout. Pleasure playing against you. Good luck in the rest of your GC. Pleasure defeating Balloon, as you guys saw. Very easy defense against Balloon since you end up having Inferno Tower, Snowball, Freeze if they end up getting anywhere near your tower or near your Inferno Tower. Stop them in their tracks, and we froze Icy Strong. There's just so many Balloon decks, and it's awesome to have a deck that just destroys all of them because it's pretty much free wins. ASAP Rocky is in the house, man. We toss out a Princess in the back. Nice strategy. Hopefully I don't have to say nice strategy to this man in a GG and well played at the end, man. I want to be the one that he says nice strategy to. I want to be congratulated for the victory. Hopefully we can walk away with a fat W. I'm going to end up going for Rascals in the back. Barbarian's going to get 2 hits here. He's going to have Ice Golem. He's not dropping anything on top of our Princess, so I don't know what he's doing. But it's not a very nice strategy. He's just leaking a lot of elixir. So I want to end up going in for a Graveyard here because I don't have anything else to cycle. The Rascal will be able to kill the Mega Minion anyway. It's got Poison, so Poison is going to be the #1 issue. I know you guys are going to ask me, like, Jake, how do you beat this deck if they end up having Poison? Like, what are you going to do? So if you go in for Graveyards every single time, then they're going to end up going in for Poisons, and the Poison doesn't hard counter Graveyard every single time. You're going to get a little bit of chip damage gradually, and I can go Princesses at the river for some more chip damage. So I'm reliably able to get damage in other aspects. You also end up having like Snowball to cycle and Freeze to finish off games if I really need to. So I have mechanisms of defending. Man, this guy's going to end up having Graveyard as well. Seems like a lot of people are running Graveyard today. I've played it a lot when I was playing other decks. Let's just go in for Princess on defense, and we were able to kill the Skeleton, so we're doing pretty okay. Rascals aren't going to give us any damage on the right-hand side, really. We get like 2 hits, actually. That wasn't too bad. And Princess on the left-hand side is actually going to demand a response. He's going to Executioner, and he's going to be able to kill that. I think I want to end up going in for a Barb Barrel on that and just relaxing a little bit. The Barb Barrel should be able to kill Exy. He's got Goblin Cage, interestingly enough. He's got Poison as well. I'm going to go and split my Rascals just because I don't want to commit to either side and have him Poison. I don't want to drop my Rascals on the left-hand side and then have him Graveyard the right. I don't want to drop them all on the left and get them poisoned. So I want to go on the left-hand side. I kind of want to do some dual lane aggression, some dual lane shenanigans. He's going to poison, that's fine. And we still get chip damage, as you guys can see. Still getting some value. We go for a Princess here, and I need to end up going for a Barb Barrel just to keep our Girl Rascal alive a little bit longer, I think. Man, Barb Barrel or Goblin Cage is just so dang slow now compared to what it used to be. I don't think I'll ever get used to that. Let's go in for another Graveyard. I don't think he's back to Poison, so maybe we're able to catch him off guard. Oh my gosh, Executioner is dallying so long on things that are insignificant, inconsequential. And we're going to be able to kill the Fisherman with just Skeletons stacking up the Princesses. Since he's not dropping his Poison, I don't know if he's going to be able to kill all these. He's going to be able to kill one Princess, but the second Princess, the one that stayed alive for the longest period of time, she's growing old, man. She's going to be a grandma soon. Let's go in for a Freeze, and then we're... I was hoping that we'd be able to keep the Rascals alive a little bit longer. If we did, then we would have gotten so much more damage. It was worth it. We risked it for the biscuit. It didn't really work out, but the thought was there, man. So let's go in for Rascals. He doesn't end up having Poison, so there's really no way that he's able to break through. That's another thing that's really cool. If they end up using a Poison on defense, they can't use it on offense against your bait. So against other Graveyard decks, you're not going to have that big of an issue. It would look like that you have an issue against most Graveyard decks because Poison does do really well against it. But since you have bait, they're going to have really problematic times if they can't poison your bait on offense. So we're going to end up going for another graveyard here. And I think that Executioner is not going to be able to hit the Go Rascal. So we're going to go for a freeze. And we're going to make magic happen, boys. Let's go. I think we're going to make it happen. I think that the Princess stacking up is just going to be too much for this man. I'm not able to go in for Skeletons to protect it there, but we are doing really well. Slowly but surely, we're going to take the tower, man. The tortoise wins, not the hare, man. We're going to get it here. I think that we're going to be able to go in for a freeze one of these days. One of these days, the freeze will actually pay us dividends. Let's go in for a freeze now, since we have the Go Rascal still alive. If she gets on top of the tower, that would be pretty problematic for him. I'm going to keep cycling our princesses in the back. He's going to end up going for a Fisherman. I don't really care about that. Let's go in for Rascals here. He might go in for a Tornado, which would be kind of interesting. He's going to go and yoink our Thick Boy. We're going to go for a Barbaro as well. I have to go in for Inferno Tower. But then Inferno Tower will keep the princess alive as well, so it's really nice to do that. I love going for Inferno Towers at the river and keep my princess here. What is he going to do? He's going to go for a Tornado? Oh, baby. This is really nice because we can go for Skeletons. And then I can go for another Graveyard really soon. If he goes in for a Graveyard, then he has no way of defending this. Like, he's going to try to poison here, but this... Oh, he's not even going to try to poison. Oh, baby. It's a triple. He doesn't have Elixir, and that's going to be absolute devastation. GG, well played, and peace out against ASAP Rocky. We have the nice strategy in this game, brother. I'm, like, so disappointed that he didn't sauce out a well played there. Nice strategy would have come into effect there, but I guess he didn't stay true to his clan there, man. We're going to go for Skellies in the back against Fano. Fano is going to go and drop an Ice Golem. Let's go in for a Princess in the back here. And he's not dropping anything else. So it might be just a fast cycle deck. It could be 2.9. It could be 2.6. I have to wait and see. I want to go for a Barbaro. I don't want to overextend with the Graveyard until we figure out what he's got. And I know that he's going to have a fast cycle deck after seeing the Skeletons as well. So I don't know, man. Are you going to end up going there for the 2.9? Yeah, you got 2.9. So against this, we're going to have issues. Since we don't have a direct way of killing defensive Expos. And if he stacks a whole bunch of defensive Expos, this could be quite problematic. His archers are out of cycle, so we need to play really aggressive when those are out of cycle. So I need to go in for a Graveyard pronto. Need to be able to go in right here, right now. I really want him to log this princess. Okay, awesome. So now he doesn't have archers in cycle, and he doesn't end up having log. We should be able to get a ton of damage here. That's exactly what we wanted. This deck baits out log, and if your opponent cycles archers in the back, sometimes you're able to take advantage of that and just take a tower right out of the gate. And that's what I'm talking about. His deck completely hard counters us, but we got a lot of damage early on. And that's what needs to happen, because if he starts cycling a whole bunch of defensive Expos, we get screwed. A lot of times, they're going to think that you're having a bait deck, so they don't want to cycle defensive Expos. They don't know that you have freeze when they see Princess and Rascals. They're assuming that they're playing against a Mortar deck, or maybe even a log bait deck with a Goblin Barrel. So really, really solid stuff for us. I'm going to end up going for another Princess. Remember, his log is out of cycle still. So I'm contemplating going in for another Graveyard with Rascals here. Because he used his log. It's going to be one card out of cycle. Now he's back to it. Is he going to drop it? He should. Oh, he's dropping archers right now. Okay. Very cool. That should be a ton of damage from us. That's a lot of value. I don't know if I want to eat the Skeletons on the other side. I think I have to. I'm going to go in for a freeze here. That seems so dumb, but I'm getting so much damage. So it was incredibly worth it, guys. Let's go. So all I have to do is make something happen right here, right now. I'm going to end up going for a Barbell, try to get this Inferno Tower to clap on top of that Expo, and we go in with the pre-Barbell, hitting everything. Let's go. Let's go in for a Princess as well. And I think we should be able to walk away with the W here, as long as he logs these Rascals. All I need to do is get one more juicy Graveyard plus freeze off on top of the archers. So this deck worked out miraculously. Most times when you're playing Graveyard Freeze, you automatically lose against someone that's playing 2.9. But if you're able to trick them, if you're able to throw out some shenanigans and force them to log a Princess so they can't log the Skeletons after they accumulate, and they don't end up having archers because they cycle them in the back, then you're able to take advantage of it and win the game. I didn't go in for Graveyards early on because of that. That is one of the main reasons you never Graveyard early on. Because if you go in for a Graveyard early on, they end up archering and then they log you, you're screwed.